What is the good word, everybody? Welcome back to the State of Basketball. You know who I am. I'm the one, and you know who that is. That is Big Storm, and we are a Black and White Sports original podcast powered by Rockstar Realty's 317-503-8322 and Elite Performance at 765-491-1005. What is good, my man? What is good?
It's doing pretty well, man. Holiday weekend went fairly well. Took another excursion out of town. Saw some good things. Was trying to get on a boat, but it did not work out for me. I was a little upset, but it is what it is. I'll get on the boat before the summer's over. I'll tell you that. How about you though? How was the Memorial barbecue?
The Memorial barbecue was really, really good as usual. Normally you are here, but you had some other things, you know what I mean, hanging out. You don't always have to come every year. But it was a good turnout. People came out to hang out, you know what I'm saying? My parents chilled for a while. It was weird for some people to understand that divorced parents can hang out in the same place with their kids. So it was pretty good to do that. The one downside is I didn't get a chance to watch Mac play. They were in Ohio. And you know how we love to go to Ohio with all of our amazing blue, and I didn't get that opportunity, but it's okay. I'll let it slide. So, but other than that, pretty good.
You have, what was on the menu? What'd you have?
I smoked a pork butt for pulled pork, which I made an apple coleslaw, a red crisp apple coleslaw to go for that. And then I did a brisket and some chicken legs, burgers, and dogs.
Great menu. I'm surprised you didn't have shrimp. Usually you throw a little shrimp in there, a little kebab or something.
Yeah, I kept it down this time, man. I didn't go all out. I went with the large quantity of food instead of the large
specialty.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it was pretty good. I still had a gang of food left over. You know what I mean? I was eating pulled pork. Like I ended up making pulled pork tacos for Tuesday. So but yeah, it was cool. So but I'm sure you'll be around for one of those upcoming events soon.
Yeah, definitely.
So I know there goes my beer. That's why I'm outside.
Yeah. It's trying to get back to nature.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You gotta do it now. See, the birds is quiet now. All right, so we got a lot to get into, man. So there's not even point of dilly-dallying around. Let's jump right into it. There's a couple of NCAA things, and obviously the NBA is just leaking information right now. So first off, let's go with this is I don't know how you feel about the transfer portal or not. You know what I mean? I'm still kind of really on the fence because I don't know, man. I do you think that the transfer portal rules should be tightened?
I feel like the whole structure needs to be rearranged, to be honest. I feel like they should get some sort of payment. I don't know what the number is, like whatever. But I feel like they also should commit 3 years. That should be just it. If you come here, 3 years is what you're committing to, and passing classes and whatever staffing or stipend, whatever payment, anything you get from that, whatever. But that's it. I feel like the one and done, and I mean, I feel like all of this is trying to help keep players to stay. Like, okay, you can play wherever you want, just don't go to the NBA. Which I guess is cool, but it messes up the rivalries and players being really engulfed in the culture, whatever school, and they bleed that color. It does kind of make it more of a business style NBA model versus what the college is trying to preserve, I guess, is that whole amateur, still a kid, run with us, rah, 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 as we make millions off of you.
I mean, I'm still on that this is an amateur sport. You know what I mean? If you want to get paid to play,
is it though?
It is. Technically, it is. I mean,
they are getting some value by going, having to be able to have that education, to have room and board. That's still a form of payment. It may not be cash in hand, but it's still a form of payment.
I mean, I get it. It's all a part of it. I mean, a scholarship is a payment. I get that. But I still think if you want to be paid, you know what I mean? If you want a salary, then you need to turn pro. Now, that doesn't take me against, like I've said before, it does not take me against, allowing these kids to be able to generate some type of income. Saying these kids can't work is ludicrous. And I mean, and with the fact that they normally probably can't work because of the timing, but they should be able to have some way to generate income. Now, if you're giving them, and like you said, you generate billions of dollars off these athletes, these student athletes. That's the part that we keep forgetting. They're student athletes. They're not athletic students. They're student athletes, but they are generating a lot of money off of them. I do agree with you on that. So in these scholarships, in these room and board and housing, won't you provide better, just sticking 3, 4, 5, 300-pound men in a 16 by 16 cubicle, you know what I mean? Could give them, give their stipends longer. I mean, more. That way they can, take their little go digging girlfriend to the movies. You know what I'm saying?
Have a life. Have
a
college
life.
A college life.
I mean, I get it. I'm all for it. But this transfer thing, man, this is getting, I mean, it's like almost, I don't know who it hurts. Does it hurt the high school kid coming in who's doing all that good work? Or is it you read that too?
Yeah.
or I mean, or is it just good movement by the universities to, try to get, players in? I mean, if you're not happy in the situation, yeah, you have the right to move on, just like the school, or if they're not happy with you, because each scholarship is really only for a year. You don't sign a 4-year scholarship. You only sign a year scholarship and you renew it like a lease every year. So
I do have a question. Do you feel like this is really an opportunity for the Farm League, the G League, or whatever it's called this year, to really step up? Like, there's an opportunity there. Like, boys will start going that ball route maybe and go overseas just because the G League isn't as developed as I feel like it could be. And I don't know if the NBA is purposely not trying to bring it up just to let, like, all right, college guys, we'll slowly. But if they had a true farm system like baseball, I feel like the only people in college will be players that want to be there.
And I think that's where we're headed to. You know what I mean? I got nothing against the Euro leagues. You know what I'm saying? The Euro leagues are really good. And some of those players do come over here to the NBA, regardless of how good they are, regardless how large their fan bases are. The ultimate goal for every kid around the world who plays basketball is to get to the NBA.
Yeah.
Period.
If you ask the very best Euro players, either they say it or they secretly say it, that they really do want to play in the NBA because they want to see where they stack up against. At this point, I understand you said second best. That means there is a first best. and that's where they want to see if their talent holds up against the best.
I mean, the Australian league is pretty good too, and so is the Russian league.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's some really good leagues out there. I mean, most of them are in the European Asian continent, but I don't think there are any good leagues in South America or Canada. So, but I mean, this kind of ties into yeah, I call Canada out. I do it all the time. They're nice people. You know what I mean? They brought us Terrence and Phillips.
You got to be of a certain age to get that.
Right. I mean, I think like the Treasure Porter is getting a little overdone. You know what I mean? I really do. You're like, I don't want to speak bad of a friend of ours, his nephew, but you know, I mean, 7 years, that's a long time. Granted, a lot of them were red shirt years, but 7 years is a really, really long time to be in college. Like you're 28 years old. I mean, he's not 28, but you get what I'm saying.
unless he's going for like a doctorate or I mean,
yeah, but you should get 8 years of eligibility.
Well, if he played the game right, I guess.
I mean, he did play the game right, and I'm not knocking him for it. Not knocking if the game is there, play it. But you know what I mean? But damn. But all this stuff still ties into the new bill that's being proposed in Congress that's not really being talked about these students being able to form unions. Again, if you want to get paid, turn pro. And I think they're kind of forcing that. And it could be reasons why Krzyzewski, Roy Williams, all these old guards are starting to fade away. You can't tell me family now is important, but it ain't been in no time in these last 41 years.
Yeah, your kids is 30 years old, but family is the most important right now. No, I get it. But yeah, the schools are just making so much money. The kids is just tired of it, really, to be honest. It's like this
right on YouTube fans of the European basketball and see what happens.
I thought it said see what crazy.
Hey, well, all I know is try some of that stuff that they do in soccer in Europe here in the States and see if the malice and the palace don't happen. You know what I mean? Let some of these guys loose from these crazy fans.
Did you put it up there? Did you put it up? Did you show what we're talking about?
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to be able to.
I'm sure each league, each team has a set of fanatic fans. You can find crazy in every single team that is out there. So
I mean, who's crazier than Philly fans, man?
Right. I mean, they beat up Santa Claus or threw rocks or snowballs or something at him.
Consider him as Santa Claus. You know what I mean? Who does? What stadium has a jail underneath it?
And the fact that they playing for it, like, oh yeah, we're gonna need something for these guys. We need something. Because we know how this is gonna get.
Mm-hmm. So what you got on Coach K?
Coach K, same deal. I feel like he feels the game is getting to a point where he kind of wants out. He's gonna try this. I believe if he makes the tournament, doesn't he break a record or something? He's tied right now for a record of tournament appearances or something like that. So
I'm surprised that he doesn't have a tournament record that there is that he doesn't have.
Well, just the amount of tournaments appearances, I think, is the record. So he's tied right now. I think he's going to get it, and he's going to go out. What I'm more curious about is where do you see Duke's program in 3 years, 4 years?
That is the $1 million question. Really, who's going to suck more in 2022? Duke or North Carolina? Because I'm not convinced on Hubert Davis either.
What about Kansas?
Kansas, well, he's still there.
Is he? I thought he was about to bounce.
Well, not yet. They ain't forced you not yet. They getting close. All the shit is around him. They just get around him.
Not
You
they
know, kind of how
swirling. They swirling.
kind of how they got the Don Teflon Don. They just got everybody around. Just made a circle. Like you ain't got nowhere to go. Rick Pitino tried to slide his way back in, but they kind of keeping him in the mid major. Like you can't come up. All right. I think the issue is how are you going to replace? You know what I mean? Or is Duke going to be Duke and North Carolina going to be in those same situations that UCLA was in when they had to recover from the retirement of John Wooden? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it took a while. It took a minute.
It took to the O'Bannons.
Yeah. And we are talking about Duke, so you are talking about a higher caliber of student when it comes to student athlete. I feel like him having to transition his culture to the one and done just to be relevant versus the player that stays off 4 years was a factor. I feel like he really enjoyed that culture that he fostered there with everyone staying minimum 3. You know, everyone didn't stay 4, but minimum 3. And I think 3 is a good number. So I feel like a lot of that is tying into it. Like I said, the game's kind of going in a direction maybe he's not willing to go.
Yeah, I thought he did a good job towards the end of his, well, I guess we know now the end of managing excuse me, of managing players that are 3-4 year type players with one and dones, because you know he's always had a good mix. You know what I'm saying? Most of his Final Four teams have had 3 or more upperclassmen on it mixed in with those underclassmen. So I think he's done a good job with that. I think being involved in USA basketball, dealing with those egos of star caliber type players, it was a good transition for him and being able to work with those one and dones. So I think he says his family, but I think he sees that the direction that the NCAA is going is being forced to go in, with it almost being like a free market. So fossils like him, or you know what? Let's go ahead.
It's my time.
Let me go ahead and slide out here where they can't do nothing to me. He going to make sure they don't come back and Joe Paul me. You know what I'm saying?
My legacy is intact.
I'll be damned if y'all tear his state. He got to come out on tape and say the N word, the G word, and everything before you get somebody to tear a statue down in Durham. All right, let's move on away from the college. Let's get into some NBA. So before we do that, let's check in with our guy Dan and about elite performance. Maybe.
Hit the button.
Well, welcome back. This is the state of basketball. I am the one that is my man Storm, and we are talking basketball, all basketball, good basketball. But before we get into the basketball, let's talk a little bit about something called golf. Maybe. Here we go. Golf. All right. So we got less than a week and a half before we have the BW Sports and the Broad Ripple Scholarship Foundation Charity Golf Open Scholarship fundraiser, where we'll do an 18-hole scramble, and we're doing it up in Carmel at the Brookshire Golf Club. And this is to raise money for seniors, inner city seniors, to have extra money or give them money to gain higher learning or higher education. So it's going to be a really fun outing. Unfortunately, our celebrity fourth, who was going to play with us, had conflicting schedule with an event that his son is doing right now. So we couldn't get our fourth, but I do have a good alternative. So we're going to be okay all day. So we will be broadcasting the interviews, the opening ceremonies, interviews with players and things like that throughout the event. And we are hitting the links. So there you have it for that fun thing there. Website information is up, everybody.
Hey, how is knocking the rust off going?
Hey,
How many times you been?
Listen. I went out with Shawn and Dan, and I thought I felt pretty good. Don't really know. Kind of felt a little sore. Then went out with DJ last week. And man, in like 15 minutes, got like 4 lessons. You know what I mean? That's my golf pro, man. That's my golf pro.
Right.
I'm feeling pretty good, but now the next time I'll go out, I'll shank every single thing. Hey man, I hit one like 255 straight.
Nice.
Yeah, I was feeling really good.
Was that the driver?
Yeah, that was the big boy. You know what I mean? He told me from the moment we started, from where we stopped, your back screen has already increased. I was like, yes, son, I'm great. Crank this thing, and then ground. So that's how the cookie crumbles. All right. How you want to start this off, man? You want to just go right into Boston with this?
I mean, we can go through Boston real quick. I don't feel like it needs a whole bunch of time. I just, it's kind of crazy. I feel like Danny Ainge, I almost felt like they were like, hey, you can either resign or we going to make a move. Like they gave him that much, credit. I feel like he definitely sat on those picks too long. Should have used it when he had it to continue to grow that team. And Brad Stevens, I didn't even know he wanted to be a president. So that was pretty surprising. Like I never heard him saying his ultimate goal was to be, upper management. I always thought it was about coaching with him. So that was kind of surprising. So I'm interested to see what moves he does make.
That is extremely surprising. I don't want to get into a whole bunch of crap. Like Stephen A, man, I'm on his side with this, man. When do other coaches of different persuasions get these advantages of being fired and then
promoted,
moving into the head office, moving into upper office? I think Danny Ainge, I think he was on this. I think he was leaving anyway. Like he said, the bubble, I already knew that my time was coming. So you know what? Let's go ahead and get right on out here. But that dude, I think he got fired and they couldn't handle both of them at the same time, with GM and coach. So let's go ahead and do the Boston thing and just elevate you. But I'll get into that at a whole nother date and time. That might be a off BW Sports 1 show.
All right, man. I see what you're saying, but as long as they don't get mad if we ever get to the point that we do it and they don't get mad, then fine, because we learn from the best. They will hold on to each other to the end of time.
You said it. But you said it. You already know. He said, I'll let me quote it. He said, long as they don't get mad when we do it. That's why all the rules end up changing, because we end up doing it. Oh no. Okay, let me get off of that. That's a whole other issue that I'm not really to discuss today.
It's not the state of basketball, but it's the state of basketball.
You got it. I think you catch it all. I mean, you want to talk about the series? You want to talk about
You don't want to talk about Brian? I thought Brian was
about, I want to talk about Brian. I so want to talk about Brian because I feel that you're not living up to your LeBron expectations. Oh, King am I.
Okay, so first, how bad is the ankle? You feel like it's really okay, or that's just something he's using? Let's start there. Let's start with the ankle, because at the end of the day, if you feel like the ankle's okay, then Father Time had knocked on the door and was like, Tom Brady. Oh, no, sorry. LeBron James, it's your time, son. So it definitely could be that. I feel like we'll know more tonight. If he's ever gonna have a game.
Get your Chris Jericho on with that.
If you're ever gonna show up again, if you don't do it tonight, that is what people will be saying, to be honest. Like, that's what happens. You the king, though. So heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Well, listen. I got one thing I'm gonna say about this ankle. Ankle been hurt for weeks. Been talking never 100%, right?
Right.
Okay. Did you see the lob he caught from Caruso off the backboard in the midst of all these ankle injuries and soreness?
Here's my thing, and I don't know if we should. I don't know how prevalent it is in the NBA. Did he get a shot? I mean,
he might have. I know they do that in football.
Yeah, I know they do it in football.
They go football, get a cortisone shot in the heartbeat.
I never really hear about. Not that it doesn't happen.
I don't know if it does or not.
Right, because they don't talk about it.
All I know is that he's right. He's right-handed.
Just got a shot and he's on his way.
All I know is he's right-handed, and which means you normally jump off your left foot, which is the one that is sore. But you jump off this left foot and you're 2.5 inches away from the rim with your nose. Okay. Yeah, the ankle hurt. Because he came down and.
Did he give up, though? Last game? Would you categorize that? Is that the adjective? Where you at with that?
I don't ever remember Jordan.
Or did he just make a business decision?
What is business decision the new quitting?
I'm just trying to find a way to describe it.
I'm just trying to find a way. You know what I mean? Dame Lillard's playing on that same fucked up ankle, but you see him out here limping and two-stepping and cash money.
Yeah, we can transition into that.
But no, I'm not done with.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, because I got stuff on him too.
You open the door. You open the door for the fact
now I'm gonna get it. Now I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, the fact that everybody is herald this dude. You want to keep having this conversation of him being the greatest, which I think there is no such thing as the greatest player, because there are so many players who did great things in their era with their position. So I don't think you can ever have a great player, but you want to keep categorizing him with one who they argue to be the great. Mike never had those moments.
Yeah, he did. There was moments he didn't even make the playoffs. Like,
I'm not saying Mike didn't have moments. I never said Mike didn't have moments. Mike never had moments where he did not leave or quit on his team. Kobe did not leave or quit on his team. Magic did not leave. Iverson did not leave and quit on their team. They fought and scrapped with the scrubs when the scrubs was not playing. He does not do that. They did not throw their team members under the bus. They helped their teammates get better behind the thing. When something does not go right in his world, it is not his fault. It is everybody else's fault, circumstances. Which my post is saying, who is he going to blame? The United States of America was the reason why I lost that game. Because the United States of America.
Maybe China.
You know what I mean? And I don't really want to knock because the dude plays. I mean, you're a good player. I mean, you really are. He just
declined. Like, I mean, if he don't do it tonight, then Father Time is.
But where's everybody else?
Yeah, well.
0 for what? 12, 15, Schroeder. I mean, Kuzma, they kept you for a reason. What's this reason? I don't know what the reason is. Why is Montrezl Harrell not playing? You know what I'm saying? When does Jason Kidd take over? Lord, when does Dame Lillard come to LA? Who's coming? Dame and Steph. Somebody coming. Somebody coming. Because Anthony Davis obviously can't lead the team because he can't stay healthy.
Yeah, he leads it from the bench. He's like that. He's a player coach.
That fake coach Hurt Hustle.
I'm sorry, man. Between him and B, Chris Paul, I don't wish it on any of them. I don't wish anyone harm. But it's just ironic that it's almost the same script every year.
Yeah, it's I'm angry. But enough of them. Okay.
But at least he was healthy 1 year in the bubble for you to get a ring. So
yeah, if you get one. And now you can just go down as them.
The one that got one.
The one that got one. You know what I'm saying? He can always say he got one more than Charles.
But not the rest of the Laker family.
Yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? So I'm enough trashing them. We ain't got time for that. We got games covered on tonight. We got two games.
Let's hurry up. Let's go.
Let's talk about these people going fishing. Or do you want to talk about Dame Lillard? And I'm changing my tune from our conversation we had the other day from the game last night. Or the other night.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not changing my tune as in I was only playing devil's advocate, maybe because he talks. Maybe he wants to keep going that route. But Lord Jesus, if this man can't get no damn help, leave.
Yeah. I'm glad I appreciate that because I feel like it's just we're in a different time. Like that was the thing to do in the 80s and 90s was stay with your team. And then boys was like, F that, I want to get a ring. And it's to the point where I'm okay with it because, like I said, if you go back in time and look at all the championship teams, except for maybe that Detroit Piston team with Ben Wallace, they all have 3 superstars. It don't matter how you create it as long as it's created because I am envious. I wish the Pacers would do something like that. I don't care how they get a ring. Please, can we get a ring, Pacers?
I mean, really, and I'm with you in this aspect on that they keep heralding this big 3 thing now. You know, the big 3 thing is nothing new. I mean, there's always, you damn near got to have 3. LeBron was the exception with that Cleveland team. But, I mean, I guess you could argue Kyrie and Kevin Love, you know what I mean? I guess you can argue.
Kyrie more than Kevin.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought Kevin was hurt that year.
Yeah, because wasn't Olynyk? Wasn't he the one that hurt him with the shoulder grab?
Yeah, it's not funny, but yeah,
but
it's really not.
All of them had big 3s. You know what I'm saying? LA had like big 9.
Right,
Boston
they bench
had
players.
big 9.
They got bench players going in the Hall of Fame. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Really? I think Detroit and Celtics had bench players in the Hall of Fame. Come on.
Yeah. We can't argue that. We're no longer arguing those facts. Let's see. Dame. We're talking about Dame. So wow, bro. I mean, you got
that was a great performance. That was a great performance until the end. And check me if I'm wrong, but
you're correct.
I feel like he might have got tired. And I mean, you want to listen first, D?
You are correct. You're correct.
That second overtime, he might have been tired because he was definitely passing to his teammates more than he was during the rest of that fourth quarter or really second half on. I feel like he got a little tired and looked for some help, and the help wasn't there, and that's kind of how they lost too.
Well, Carmelo's old motherfucker. He's only gonna give you 2 quarters, and that's what you got. You know what I mean? We're okay with that. I've accepted it. I mean, later on in my career, I accepted it. I'm only gonna give you. It's what we played 40-minute running quarters. I only got 7 minutes for you, so you pick which 7 minutes you want.
I had like 5, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I got. I got 7 minutes. You break it down however you want, because that's all you're getting. And I think that's what Carmelo is. You know, I'm gonna light it up for these 2 quarters. CJ McCollum, he's the guy. Where are you at, bro? Yeah. Where you at? Yeah. Is it time to split that duo up?
Or does he bounce? I don't know. Does he bounce?
Hey, well, he's got all the power.
Right. I guess
He's
it depends on what
all
I
the power.
mean. After that performance, how big a stock is CJ right now? Anyway, he's definitely. I feel like this has exposed him a little bit, or I don't know if he's injured or he got something going on personally. I don't know what the
Well, I
deal is.
mean, Dame has all the power, not him.
No, but I still want to know, like, why
Oh,
is he like playing like this? Has not been his MO at all, and which is really surprising.
I mean, is he not being able to be Robin? Can he not handle the extra pair of tights?
I don't know. It's a great question. I'd love to find out this next game because he needs to step up. You can't say nothing about Dame. Hey, Dame, 55. And you'd be like, okay, yeah, you did
I
what you're
mean,
supposed to do.
4 step backs and everybody knows I'm doing it. You know what I mean? 4 step backs in a row and everybody knows I'm doing it. Everybody in America knows I'm doing it, but you can't do nothing about it.
Right.
So
I need another stare into the camera too. I need another one of them. We just in the camera, like, yep.
Yeah, we already know. I mean, matter of fact, at this point, you can go ahead and drop me 16 bars. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm a producer in the truck. Hey, let him go.
Freestyle.
All right, so let's pay this last bill and let's talk about these playoff series and then let's go watch them.
Yes, sir.
What is up, everybody? It's your boy Dan over at BWSPORTS1.com and Black and White Sports. And I'm wondering if you're ready to buy or sell that home, now's the time, and I got just the person for you. Mr. Shawn Nugent, a.k.a. Rockstar Realtor himself. 317-503-8322. Put that home on the market. Get into your dream home with this man. Talk to Shawn at Talk to Tucker today, 317-503-8322, and make sure you tell him the boys over at BWSPORTS1.com sent you.
All right, everybody, welcome back. This is the State of Basketball. That's my man Storm. I am the one, and we are chatting up NBA basketball, but there's a lot of strong men in the NBA, and there's a lot of strong men in your community. So let's see, where are all of them at? Elite Performance is having their first EPT powerlifting competition. We'll be broadcasting that live on June 19th. It's a Saturday. But, you know, we hear all the time all these people walk around in the gym with their muscles, kissing their muscles, flexing, wearing the little bitty shirts. I can lift this, I can pull that. Well, let's see how strong you are.
Is it a what you gonna do?
What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You that strong man. Let's see. Enter in the competition and put your money put the weights where your mouth are and see what you can lift in the EPT powerlifting competition. All the information is at the bottom of the screen. Go to the website and then you'll find all your entry fees. Man, that's gonna be fun. I can't wait to see who all these strong men are. You know what I mean? Right. I wanted that.
Who's got the paper muscles and who got the real ones?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Who's that machine weights or who's in free weights? All right, so we're going back to the NBA and we're gonna talk about these playoff series. Now we got people already gone fishing, my good man.
Yes.
We have one sweep.
Yeah.
I thought we was going to have three, but we had one.
I was really shocked on the Heat. I really expected a better performance. So they're still superstar way. Definitely wonder what it'd been like had Depot played. Just curious. But he can be thrown into that injury crew, too. They should have a group chat. Moving on.
Hey, but before you get done with that Milwaukee Heat, I am 100% impressed with Milwaukee. Like, you're playing better now as the third seed or the second? Are they the second seed? They're the third seed. Brooklyn's the 2 seed, right?
Yeah.
You're playing better as the third seed than you were playing both years you were the number 1 seed. I mean, granted, you got different pieces, your record's different, but hey, man, I'm impressed. They're playing basketball. You know what I mean? The pieces that they brought around, Giannis has stepped up. He has no hesitation. Not saying this jump shot is still great, but he has no hesitation, so it goes in. Hey, man, and they just dismantled like they felt disrespected by Jimmy Butler's Heat. So the Heat are just a bubble champion, a bubble team.
On the low, the player that I was surprised and happy, really, because I didn't really have nothing against this cat. Happy to see on the low is Jabari Parker.
Yes.
He played a good series.
He just needed to be healthy. He was a good dude, man. He could ball.
Yeah, I liked him. He went to Duke. Yeah, he was a
Duke.
Yeah.
He's not one of them dookies. Yeah. I mean, I don't really know. I don't know how I feel about old man fake speeches and timeouts and shit, man. I don't really know how I feel about that. It's really kind of hard for me to listen to the fiery speech when we're not getting anything out of you. Like, I keep wondering, why is this cat still on the roster?
Right.
I mean, you player coach. At least Jawan had he had a purpose. He was being used for something. What's going on? I don't know, but he got some issues. They got some questions. Me personally, I don't think I would invest any money in Victor Oladipo. I let him do whatever he want to do.
Yeah, because I feel like unfortunately, I mean, like I said, I don't wish this on nobody, but you can't deny that you're injured on a regular basis.
Yeah. So, and there's a lot that needs to be done with you got a good core. Somebody needs to come in there and be a star. Jimmy Butler is a sidekick. He's a very good side. He's who did Robin turn into? Nightwing or something?
Something like that. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Some with some wings or
that's what Jimmy Butler is. He's the mutated version of Robin, but he still needs a Batman.
But here's my thing. I'm gonna throw this at you. How old is Jimmy Butler?
What, 27, 28? No, like 29, 30?
Yeah, I think he's in his 30s. How much longer do you think he got left?
Well, the way he play, and you can't shoot, you only got about 2-3 good ones left. You're going to turn into an Iguodala.
Right, you're just a regular bench player.
A regular guy.
You want to move on?
Yep. Sixers, Wizards.
I'm not surprised. Westbrook reverted back to Westbrook type things, but unfortunately, it's just sad when you do really well and your team doesn't win. That's a horrible predicament to be in, because it leaves you saying, well, what more can I do? And him not figuring out how to necessarily win in the playoffs. It's sad. It's sad.
I
definitely don't like the things being thrown on him and things like that. That's definitely unnecessary. Even though he's kind of antagonistic a little bit, like he's not like he's super innocent and not antagonizing people, but people should know better. And there's lines on both sides, lines on the player side, lines on the fan side.
Yeah, I agree. I think with Westbrook, I think he falls into that category. I don't want to talk about the other guy because I think we spend too much time on him, regardless of who likes him or who doesn't. But I think he falls into that same pattern, as in every time you have a good shot of doing something, somebody gets hurt. That's important. You know what I mean? If him and Bradley Beal are healthy together, who knows with them two? Because Westbrook makes people go. They get up and go. With Bradley Beal scoring, that takes the pressure off him, have to be so assertive. But with Bradley Beal being injured, he couldn't do what Bradley Beal was doing when he was fighting Steph for the scoring title. He couldn't do it. It wasn't there. Some more of that came on because they didn't have enough other pieces. Now, if they're healthy and Joel has this meniscus tear, who knows what happens? Because Ben Simmons, they're doing a Hackabean, buddy, and you're doing worse than Shaq.
Yeah. It's mental. I think it's all mental.
Because he's got a nice stroke. He's got a good form, but it just don't go in. I don't know. But the whole thing with the Sixers, they did what they were supposed to do, regardless of who injured or who's not. But I don't know what's up with Joel and this knee and this torn meniscus. What's the deal? Because that can determine.
He's trying to get into the group chat too. He can be in the group chat.
I mean, the 1 year that he spends the majority of it finally healthy, and then at the end, you go in a game that really meant nothing, and you go to the hole in an awkward way on a wild player for no reason, and now you're hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You got to, as well as know your personnel on offense, know who you're playing against. Like when we're at the park, you got them couple guys. You know what? I think I'm just going to go ahead and pull up for this mid-range.
Hey, I got something for you. I'm sorry to go back, but I just was looking at the bracket. We never even talked about, do you think Milwaukee has a chance of beating Brooklyn?
Hey, man, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Oh, I know. I'm convinced. They got me convinced.
Did they have a chance?
They got, huh?
Did they have a chance or that they don't?
No, I think Brooklyn's going to win. I'm just going to say it out loud.
So you don't think that Milwaukee has a chance?
I don't think it goes 7. I think it goes maybe 6 at the most. At the most. Because I know they got some. They got Snell. They got Snell. I don't know what Middleton's going to do on D. They got a couple. But, hey, man, let me tell you about these 3 cats in Brooklyn, man. You got one that you're not going to be able to stop. You got another one that if you do stop is going to make the play. So you're not going to totally stop him. He might get 20 instead of 30, but he's going to have 15 dimes. And then you got the X factor.
And at this point, I don't even care. I don't even care what his middle state is because it doesn't really matter. Because I haven't been able to tell the difference from mentally engaged Kyrie and I'm flat earth Kyrie. Can't really figure out because he's still doing the same thing on either or.
Right.
So yeah, it's gonna be rough, man. It's gonna be hard to catch 2 of them on a bad day. You're not gonna catch all 3 of them. And then the role players have had time.
But you got to beat them 4 times, though. You got to beat them 4.
And the role players have figured it out.
Yeah. 4 players. And what do you think about DeAndre Jordan versus Lopez?
I'd rather play Lopez.
He's going to be shooting threes, and
I'd rather play Lopez.
Going to be getting lobs. Like, you think that's going to
But Lopez is not – I mean, I think they're gonna switch that up. They're gonna put Blake Griffin on Lopez. It's gonna be Blake. It ain't gonna be Jordan.
You don't think he's gonna get some play in this series?
He might get some play in this season because they're gonna need him as a body to stay in front of.
Right. I feel like this is an opportunity. Oh well, I was thinking more Brooke, but I know Brooke on the offense will be at the 3-point line. But as far as defense, you put him in a pick and roll.
Yeah, that's why you play Blake. You know what I mean? Blake want to shoot jump shots, so they both stand out there all you want. Even though, well, I think this is all because you can't not dunk certain passes. Like there's certain passes that you have to dunk.
It's just led you in that direction.
Yeah, and he had like 3 of them.
What you talk about?
He had like 3 of them in the same game. Like you can't do that. Like if you don't like the game, says we play it live. Like if you didn't dunk that, I'd have to think twice about you. Let's go out west.
Grizzly. Hey, that's a great team on the rise.
No, hold on. Let's go back because I know you want your acknowledgement of your sleeper team.
Oh, the Hawks. Yes. I did pick them a couple shows back as a sleeper, dark horse. I do feel like. Hold on, where they at?
All I know is he's ready for New York.
They're going to play the 76ers, so I feel like it really, truly is on Embiid because I feel like at this point Atlanta feels like, well, what do we got to lose? Like, what do we got to lose? They got shooters. And in the NBA, this era, you need shooters.
Yep.
and
Tobias
defense,
Harris
and they're
don't come all the
sneaky,
time.
and they're sneaky good on defense. Sneaky
Because you
good
got
on defense.
Capella back there blocking everybody, and Collins is playing like the Collins that they thought that they was gonna get.
Right.
So
Exactly.
yeah, Atlanta's looking really good. I think they got an opportunity. I think, and it's gonna be a good matchup,
I
coaching
think it
wise.
all depends on Embiid.
It does depend on.
He's the X factor. Like if he
plays
plays well, they win. If he don't play and Taco Bell Embiid shows up, then it's not gonna happen.
Taco Bell or Hulu.
Yeah, Hulu Embiid.
Hey, but I think it's a good
or
matchup coaching wise
deodorant
too.
Embiid.
The coaching matchup is really good with Nate McMillan and Doc Rivers.
Yeah.
So it's
It'd be a good chess match. Good chess match. But I feel like Doc is more off. Well, I feel like he is defense too. I guess you could say defense, but I feel like offensively Doc may have a little edge as far as strategies, but as far as implementing it, obviously that's up to the players. But like, I feel like Nate has the advantage on the D.
What are the Grizzlies missing to make that next step?
I feel like experience and just one more superstar because I feel like neither one. Like I feel like Morant, John, whatever, Ja is definitely his trajectory is intact. If he continues in that pace, he will definitely get there. Jared Jack, he's on the wait list to get into that group chat. He needs to stay healthy.
Caramel.
He needs to stay healthy so he can get better. Like I don't want you to be healthy just to be healthy. I want you to be healthy so you can grow. So you can, like I get those. There are things that happen that you have no control over. But if you talk to some of the players that do last long without getting or having minimal injuries, they take care of themselves a certain kind of way. Like it's not a lot of people that get hurt consistently that take care of themselves the way they should.
Agreed. All right. The winner, Clippers Mavericks.
Man. Hey, I wrote something down. I did. Answer me this.
Will do.
When Kawhi went to the Clippers, wasn't Paul supposed to start playing more like Kawhi? But I feel like Kawhi is playing more like Paul.
I thought he was supposed to go compliment Kawhi.
No, I thought Kawhi was supposed to show him how to make that next step as a leader.
Oh, okay. The evolution.
I'm going to come here to show you how it's done, son. I just got 2 rings, 2 different franchises. Let me show you something. And it felt like Kawhi was playing more like Paul. Like I guess I'm just not seeing Kawhi is what I'm trying to get at.
And that's what I want to know. I mean, I'm on Paul on this as well. Like, what are you doing? But where's Kawhi in this whole factor? I'm with you on that.
Because he's supposed to be the one. Like we all
he's supposed to be the one. Paul's supposed to be the two.
We all knew Paul was the 2. It wasn't gonna be no buttons of the heads. It was everybody was gonna know they role. And I feel like Kawhi's playing more like Paul, and Paul is playing just a smidge better than his average playoff Paul.
I agree. But the fact of the matter is neither one of them have nothing for Luka the Don.
Hold on. And he's hurt.
And he's hurt. And he's hurt. And he's got a Michigan player helping him out because Kristaps Porzingis is there every other quarter.
Yes,
but
we got that Michigan boy
looking good doing it.
Work. Yeah. Actually, they got 2. They got Trey Burke too now. Don't forget about Trey.
Yeah. Yes, but we talk about Tim Hardaway Jr. Hey, why you try to dunk on the dude the other night like that though?
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he did.
His daddy told him to.
Oh, because his daddy wasn't doing it. His daddy was gonna cross it up and lob that bad boy.
Right, or just do a layup.
It's just he ain't gonna pass it to Mitch Richmond or Tim Hart. I mean, or
Nah,
Chris Mullin.
but sometimes he didn't lay up.
Yeah, he got a finger roll. You know what I'm saying? He got a finger roll. Nuggets. So we talked about the Blazers, what they need to do. I'm pretty sure that the Nuggets are going to take care of that with the MVP. I mean, we're quiet as kept. I mean, Jokic was what? 2 something off a triple double.
Yeah, man. But it's crazy because Dame got all the shine in a loss.
You know what I mean?
He got all the shine.
That's why they were so quick. That's why I think analysts were so fast, so quick to try to find someone to dismiss Jokic as MVP candidate because he's not flashy, because he's not flamboyant like all these other guys, but yet he continues to do his yeoman's work. And regardless or not, arguably their best player has been out for the majority of the season, but yet they're still trucking along behind his leadership. Hey, Jokic for MVP.
Hashtag it.
Hashtag. Lakers Suns.
I mean, it's hard to bet against LeBron, just to keep it honest. Like,
it is, man. I so want to, but it is.
It's hard because he probably got one. Like, that's what everybody keeps saying. I feel like everybody will keep saying it until it really doesn't happen for an extended amount of time. Everybody's gonna go, "Oh, he's got one left. He's got one of those moments left," and that's what I want to say. Like, but I said that the last game too. I was like, he had to have one of the moments. Okay, well,
he looked like it. He looked like it. He started out, you know what I mean? You had to look. You're not real talkative. You're not real, playful or whatever.
Focus.
You look focused, and then it was like you're standing in the corner, like our kids when they play little league baseball and they stuck them in the outfield. They just out there just.
I think he was looking for a partner and no one stepped up.
Hey, boy, pay attention. Yeah, what'd you say?
He was looking for a partner.
Yeah,
I got you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I can't go against it. I have to stay with him. You know what I mean? I think the role players might step up. I think Schroeder can't go over everything again.
We're about to find out. Let's get to it.
Can he? All right, so yeah, that's what I got. Hey man. Yeah, that's what we got. Let's see other shows. Check us out on the website. You can hit us up. We got the football, the basketball, the racing. Obviously, I don't know if you paid too much to the Indianapolis 500 over the weekend. Absolutely outstanding race. That is how you drive a car at the end of a race. Yes. I picked the car. Let me tell you how I picked this. The only time I ever picked the winner and didn't bet it. Well, I don't ever bet. But I picked the winner, right? So we're sitting here on the couch, and they're going through all the cars. And I see the pink and black car. I like that car. Pink and black, those colors go well together. I'm going to go for that car. And then come to find out it was Eleanor Casaneves, and I was like, yeah, I'm good with that. Here we go. Look at him go. It's like, yes.
Did you have a flashback for the Heart Foundation with that pink and black?
Yes. I wanted to go spray my hair down. But yeah, so speaking of that, we got the wrestling show on Saturdays. We got our mental therapist, our quantum therapist, Monica. You can check her out on Tuesdays. Dan does the combat on Wednesdays. Sean's got racing on Sunday, so that hits everything.
Good deal.
Well, you got anything in the eye of the storm?
Eye of the storm, a little different. Want to give a shout out to Draymond. He's really doing his thing on TNT. I like him. I can definitely see him replacing one of the guys. So just shout out to Draymond and his skills being an analyst.
The new Paul Pierce?
We'll see. I don't know if he's that rim. Like I feel like I really wasn't shocked about Paul because he always had that ego, cockiness, arrogance. I think Draymond's a little more humble. Or
I don't mean doing Paul Pierce stuff. I mean being the new
I thought you meant, but Paul, he out the game. So
I know he out.
But I wasn't surprised though, is all I'm saying. Like with his personality type, I'm not surprised.
Oh no.
But I feel like Draymond got a little different personality type where he might stay a little longer.
I think him and Perk would be cool.
Perk is off the hook. He love LeBron. He love him some LeBron.
Mine's gonna be a little different. The one thought, we've talked about it a couple times. I know you've mentioned a couple times some of the things that you've done to help with yourself with mental awareness. But this is not basketball, it's sports and it's life. I love how the community and the sports world and the world itself is coming behind Naomi Osaka about her struggles with her mental health and her anxiety when it comes to these interviews and things of that nature. I appreciate what she's done, what she is doing, and I love the fact that she values herself over this sport. This is still a sport. It's still a game that we all play. I can't play this game if I'm not correct. So I need to take my time, and I'm cool with that.
Mentally as well as physically.
Yeah. So, and that's what she's about. She said, I'm mentally and not where I'm supposed to be. And so I have to correct that. And I'm good with that. I have no problem with that. And I think more people should do that. Athletes or not. You will find you can get so much more done when you seek out the help and get the help that you need, or take the time to discover the help that you need. So that's all I got for that.
I got a question for you. Do you feel like the other big tournaments like the French, US, whatever, will learn from this and maybe be a little more compassionate in how they handle the situation instead of dropping the hammer on her? Like maybe work with her to figure out what they can and cannot do instead of just, no, it's my ball and I'm taking it home.
I think right now, the way the direction of sports is and the way that this story has come about, they can't. How bad would they look if they did?
Well, they did it.
Well, they're going to rescind that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you got all those people coming out. They're going just like the NBA and the NFL. They're going to change their media policies. They're going to, because of mental health is such a big story right now that's being addressed all across our planet. So I think they're going to have to address it. So I don't know, because what happens if you don't have any athletes? You don't have a sport. Right. Just like if you don't have any fans, you don't have a sport. So, and what if you get one of those any given Sundays? You know what I'm saying? Or the last Boy Scout. If you get one of them,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What happens if the dude pulls out a pistol in the middle of a game and shoots himself on national TV? What do you do then?
Yeah. Life's a blip.
Yeah. That's all I got, bro.
All right, man. Great show. Appreciate everyone tuning in.
Yes, sir. So remember, you can always find us and anything that we do on the website, BWSPORTS1.com. You can also find us on YouTube, all of our shows. And if you don't have the time to watch us, you can still hear us. All of our shows are on SoundCloud, so that we hit all of your podcast channels, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Podcast, all that good stuff. So there you have it. The One, Big Storm, Black and White Sports. Shots are us, and we are out. I gotta take this and hit the button. The shot helps the nipples not burn.